I'm Masquerade Chick, and I'm going to be sharing what I've read in 2020. The first book I read in 2020 was Restore Me. Shatter Me really isn't my kind of thing, but like, what even was this? Like, we didn't need a continuation, and I'm not even a fan, and I'm mad at this book, so. But, I'm still gonna be reading Imagine Me. Next up, I have Shadow Me, and honestly, did this even need to be there? Because at the start of Defy Me, that's what Shadow Me was. I mean, I know it's a novella, but most of the time, Destroy Me, Fracture Me, there's actually a reason for it existing, and I'm just like, Shadow Me, what are you doing here? After that, I read Defy Me, and I will give credit where credit is due. Restore Me did have a good cliffhanger, but once again, there shouldn't have been a continuation of this series, but like, whatever, you know, authors gotta make money, right? So like, really shouldn't have existed, but like, there's some people who are happy to have the continuation. I'm not one of them, but yeah, the only good part really was the deleted scene. Really. I guess the ending, kind of, but most of the time it was kind of a waste of time. And what people are saying about how books 4 through 6, including the novellas, are basically a fan fiction, they're right. And after that, I read Reveal Me, and it actually was worth it to have it there. Now, to be fair, I haven't read Imagine Me at all, so like, maybe it shouldn't have existed either, but like, whatever. I kind of wish I didn't read this 3 months before the next book came out, because I'm just like, it wasn't like a major cliffhanger, but it was enough that I'm like, come on guys, like, we didn't need this, like, we need more, like, right now. And the next book I read was Always and Forever Laura Jean. Now, to all the Boys I Loved Before series, I'm not a fan of. Like, the movies are a little bit better, but it's still just not an engaging thing. Like, the concept's good, but I didn't think it was properly executed, and then the fact that this was supposed to be a duology and then we get this, I'm just like, okay, we're just gonna keep going with this. Who knows? You know, Jenny Han might pull a Troy Muffy and put out more books, just like this one. So like, I don't really have anything positive to say about this book besides a little bit of Peter and Laura Jean dynamic, but not much. Yeah, you could call me a harsh critic. Not a single book so far I gave above a 1 star. Next up, I read Puppy Love. The age gap? That was concerning. Like, we didn't need that. Also, the fact that this book was written by 2 authors and one is a well-known ghostwriter is kind of like, okay, fine, whatever. The whole thing, right here, they say her pup might be able to sniff out which of the 2 boys is her perfect match. The dog didn't even do anything. Like, yeah, like, the dog sometimes is a part of the story, but Puppy Love, that's a straight up lie of the title. The title is misleading. You barely get any puppy content. And this dog is not even close to the dog that's in the book. Like, you guys are really doing the stock photos? Like, come on. Next up, I read Dipper and Mabel's Guide to Mystery and Non-Stop Fun. I got Disney Plus back in January, and so I was able to rewatch all of Gravity Falls, and just, so good. The show is so good. But this is a kid's book, no doubt. And, you know, it's just like, do certain things, have this poster. It's like, I don't want it. But, you know, kids are gonna enjoy it. Kind of wish I didn't get this, but it's in my collection now, so. Next up, I have My Life with the Walter Boys. Now, I read Ali Novak's other book, The Heartbreakers, And a friend of mine was like, oh, the Wattpad version's so much better. So like, that's great and all. Personally, it was not a good book, but like, it was all right. Like, I had a little bit of fun with it, but this one, what? No, this was not fun at all. Also, if you guys have heard of, well, that other book, this was an absolute copy of it, but not executed well at all. So, like, this book, why? Also, how did Sourcebooks decide, yes, let's publish this? And I don't know if they did any editing, because it certainly doesn't seem like it. I'm a little like, yeah, it's a Wattpad book. Next up is a book that I actually enjoyed and is higher up than 1 star. The only one so far this year, so. And that is P.S. I Like You. I've definitely read romances better than this one. But this was adorable, and it was written really well. And I have a few of her other books. Yeah, The Distance Between Us, By Your Side. But anyway, yeah, this book was really cute, you know. Messages getting sent, you don't know who it is. I always loved the secret identities, so I definitely enjoyed this one. Like, it wasn't like a great book, but I had fun with it. So I'm really happy that at least one book this quarter I was actually able to enjoy. So I recommend it. And next up we have Adorkable. And I was like, oh, a fake boyfriend sort of situation. Definitely read those before, but most of the time they're pretty fun. This one was definitely not fun. Also, the guy is super popular, best friends with this girl, but the girl is so weird. She's like an outcast. I mean, I know that girls can be jealous of, you know, friends of really attractive guys, but I'm a little like, wouldn't she get some attention? Like, they act like she is vile vermin. I just don't understand how they could just treat her so bad. Also, like, she really wasn't adorable, but like, this book, it wasn't good. So, and then also, something happens in the book where I'm just like, well, that came out of left field. And it's like, and it didn't even go anywhere. They were like, the stakes are high now. And it's like, yeah, for 2 seconds. So, another 1-star read for me. Next up, I have Really Professional Internet Person. Now, I was trying to read this book way back when, for school. I know, it's like, what? A YouTuber book? For school? Yeah, whatever. But, yeah, this book was not good. I mean, like, this is cool though. Like, I mean, come on. Like, the aesthetic of the book, great. Really great. But, the book itself, I'm just like, Also, at the end, she says to my editor, and so she was thankful that she cut the number of times I wrote the word literally from 72 to 45. That's still a lot though. Yeah. Also, like, how many times have you seen in a normal, well-published book, literally? Like, I can't think of many. Also, using it 42 times in a published book, I'm a little like, I mean, that's one thing to mention that's bad about it, but there's just so many things. Yeah, I mean, so far the books I've read in 2020 so far have been not fun, but, you know, at least I'm getting more done with my TBR, but it's like, guess I read this. Next up, I read Girl Online, and this is another YouTuber book. I really shouldn't have read it, but oh well. I was trying to read this a couple months ago. It was too hard to get through, and I probably should have DNF'd, but I got through it. Yeah, this book was bad. Just like Adorkable, it's like the girl's too weird to have anyone interested in her, and like she only has like one friend, and her best girlfriend is a total jerk, and like everyone's stereotypical, which not that hard to believe, but it's kind of like, you have a book out, why wouldn't you at least try to be a little bit original? And also, Girl Online, she's a blogger, and it's supposed to be that she's a big deal, and that the tagline is literally saying we're gonna get a lot of blogging in here. Barely any of the book had blogging. I'm just like, what was the point in saying this? Like, why is she Girl Online? Like, she's barely online, like, ever. And then it ends up blowing up in her face, so it's like, is there a lesson here, or did you just want to write a book about drama and include a little bit of blogging? I'm a little confused, but they came out with at least 2 more books, so it's like, they made money. Yeah, like, as far as I understand, like, it became a #1 bestseller, so it was trash, but successful. And the last book that I read in 2020 so far has been Saving Everest. Oh, would you look at that? Wattpad and Wattpad Books. This was published by a publishing company. Wattpad is doing this now. There were a million grammar errors. So many things where I'm like, wait, what was she even trying to say? So many things where she's like, oh yeah, here's how I'm going to describe this. And I'm like, that is the weirdest thing I've ever heard. And just, this book was bad. Like, the first chapter, I was reading it and laughing because of how terrible these people were to this guy. Like, it was so bad, it was laughable. I'm just like, this supposed to be serious or a comedy? Or, like, I don't know what this book was trying to be, but, romance? Like, you can say it had romance, but it wasn't well done. That's for sure. But, yeah. The good thing is I at least finished it before April, but at the same time, it's like, I just shouldn't have picked you up at all. And that is it for what I've read in 2020. Unfortunately, of all the books, I only had one that was above 1 star, and that was P.S. I Like You. 3 stars still isn't amazing, but it was a fun read, so that's good. I hope you guys had better luck than me so far in 2020 with your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Comment, like, subscribe, all that. Peace.